Welcome to Measuring Everyday's Extension Measuring Tool instructional video. Unlike the 7-minute quick setup video, there is absolutely no setup required for measuring extension, as long as the general setup has been completed in advance. Also, the electronic slide does not have to be powered on when taking a measurement. I would like you to observe 4 things. First, the height of the starting block is the exact same height as the electronic slide. Second, therefore, if you place your heel on the starting block and the back of your knee can touch the electronic slide when placed under your knee, then your leg is straight. Third, the measuring tool has a front and back arm. The back arm is the arm that hooks onto the electronic slide. The front arm will be the arm closest to the starting block. Okay, let's learn how to take a measurement. In step 1, you will learn how to snap the measuring tool onto the electronic slide. In step 2, you will learn how to position your heel on the starting block and the MED directly under the knee. In step 3, you will learn how to take a measurement and enter the measurement taken into the app. Now let's get started. Step 1. Let's start by snapping the clear extension measuring tool on the front of the electronic slide. The measuring tool has a front and back arm. The back arm will be hooked to the electronic slide, and the front arm will be the arm closest to the starting block and must be able to slide freely up and down without any obstruction. If there is obstruction, then the measuring device is on backwards. Step 2. Lay the MED parallel to the surgically repaired leg. Next, position the heel of the surgically repaired leg on top of the starting block prior to sitting on the aluminum board. While sitting on the aluminum board, intentionally keep your knee slightly bent. Then slide the electronic unit under the thigh so that the clear measuring tool is under the middle of the knee. Step 3. Once the measuring tool is directly under the middle of the knee, raise the front arm of the measuring tool high enough to touch the back of your slightly bent knee. Now proceed to push your knee down to the straight position as much as possible. Once you have straightened your knee as far as you can, take your leg off the device and unhook the extension measuring tool, making sure not to move the device's arms. Open the MED app on your cell phone or tablet. Click on the menu in the top right-hand corner of the app. Select Report Knee Extension from the drop-down menu. Slide the slide bar to the number represented on the extension measuring tool. Remember to slide the number to the extension side of the slide bar. Once you have recorded the number that was on the extension measuring tool, click Submit. This will record your knee extension range of motion. Now we will show you how to use the measuring tool to measure the hyperextension. For most people, it is normal to have some degree of hyperextension, with studies citing an average of 5 degrees of hyperextension in males and 6 degrees in females. Simply restoring knee range of motion to an arbitrary 0 degrees is not advantageous for young athletes. The most important factor in assessing loss of knee extension range of motion is looking at the non-involved knee and comparing it to the surgically repaired knee for symmetry. As simple as this sounds, this cannot be overlooked, as you need to establish a baseline for what is normal in each patient and client. So let's get started. Measuring hyperextension using the MED is as simple as adding 3 blocks and then measuring the space under the knee. If the back of the knee can touch the electronic slide with 3 blocks, then you need to add another block and continue to repeat this process until the back of the knee cannot touch the electronic slide. This process starts off exactly how we measured extension. The only difference in the 2 processes is now we are intentionally trying to create space between the electronic slide and the back of the knee by adding height to the starting block. Once we have accomplished this by adding enough blocks, we then utilize the measuring tool to measure the space under the knee. Now it's just simple math. How many blocks did we add to the starting block? In this case, we added 3 blocks. Each block measures 1 inch. And then we subtract the number that represents the space under the knee. We obtain this number by using our measuring tool. In this case, the number is a 1/2 inch. Thus, We added 3 blocks for a total of 3 inches, and then we subtract a ½ inch, which equals 2.5 inches. Now we enter 2.5 inches for hyperextension. Open the MED app on your smart device. Click on the menu in the top right-hand corner of the app. Select Report Knee Extension from the drop-down menu. Slide the bar to 2.5 inches. Don't forget to use the right side of the slide bar for hyperextension. And then select Submit. Now we have our knee hyperextension range of motion.